Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Hi, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I am a part-time videographer and a full-time business owner. And I like to create YouTube videos in order to kind of like test and check stuff out as I use it. And not only that, I like to kind of try to build a community with people that are out there who are either beginning filmmakers or people that are already in the filmmaking industry or in the videography space that want to kind of like bounce ideas off one another. So anyway, I actually went out this past weekend to Formula Drift in Connecticut and wanted to shoot filming with my Nikon ZR, which is what I'm actually shooting on right now. The cool thing about this adventure was that I brought a Canon FD lens from back in the days. Actually, a Canon 70 to 210 zoom that I actually wanted to try out. Now, generally, I rent lenses to do jobs, but this isn't a job. This is something that I was doing for fun. I had press passes, so I wanted to make sure that I got the best out of the experience while I was there. But I was short 70 to 200 for sure, especially in a long track. When you're dealing with something like this, you really need a long lens, and I did not have one. So the only thing that I had at my disposal was the Canon FD 70 to 210, and I have to be honest with you. I think it's actually a phenomenal lens. I think I paid 60 bucks for it on eBay a couple of years ago, and I have been using it sporadically as needed for some professional shoots. And every single time I look through those shots, I always think like, man, that's actually a pretty cool shot. There's something about it. Now, for this particular situation, I just really needed a 70 to 200. I didn't have one. So this was my only way to actually get it done. I turned around and just did the best I could with whatever tools I had. And after looking through some of the footage, I think it actually came out pretty amazing. It does take a little bit of a learning curve if you're coming from an autofocus lens that does kind of all the work for you, that you actually have to really pay attention to what you're doing. It's not stabilized, so you don't have that benefit of being able to kind of handhold it. What I generally did with something like that, I place it down and I just kind of like turn, and focus as I'm working, but trying not to like have anything that's not supported. Now, with this situation, we're not allowed tripods. We could only bring our cameras, which is tough, especially when you have a non-stabilized lens. Now, I've been meaning to buy a set of like cinema lenses for a while, and I was kind of shooting some ideas around with my buddy Cole, and he had mentioned getting some Canon FD lenses, and I was kind of like, no, like I really want some professional lenses. And after that shoot, after this weekend, I was like, you know what, Cole might be onto something, because I turn around, I actually have 3 Canon FD lenses. I have a Canon FD 28 2.8. And then I have the 50 1.4, which is what I'm shooting on right now. And I gotta be honest, like I really, really like the images that come out of these FD lenses. And I think that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually just gonna build my own cinema line up of lenses, of prime lenses that I'm gonna carry around, and even charge people to do shoots for them, because there's something about the way that photos really look different, but video does look different. It does take the edge off the digital look and the sharpness that a lot of these cameras actually are known for when you shoot on them. And as you can tell on this lens right now, it has a bit of a look to it. And I think that that's really what I'm going for. Now, I started this whole video today just to kind of talk about the Formula Drift thing and having that Canon FD lens, but now looking down the line, I really want to set a full prime. So I really want the 85 and a 100 and possibly the 20. So I'm gonna start building out this set, and it's so funny because there's so many cool affordable, I want to call them affordable cinema lenses out there right now, and people rave about them, but I think you could actually get some very similar looks with like Canon FDs, Canon FLs. I have a Helios 58 that is pretty cool also. And yeah, I mean, I think that if you're looking for a lens and you're looking for something that's a little bit different, or if you're on a limited budget, or like me, I'm kind of like half and half. Like I, have my small video business. So yeah, I would need to book a whole lot more jobs for me to go spend, $3,000-4,000 on a set of lenses. So I'd much rather do it the way that I'm doing and just, buy some vintage lenses. And honestly, I think that there's a whole thing about vintage lenses that people don't talk about enough, I don't think. Or maybe it's been said on YouTube a million times before, and I'm just not watching those channels. Maybe I should. If you guys know any vintage channels that I need to know about, let me know. I love to talk, I love to watch, on my pastime. But yeah, so I'll leave you with like some cuts here of the Formula Drift event, and you let me know what you think. Does it look old? Does it look digital? What do you think? I'm gonna mix up two different shots here I'm gonna mix up different shots between the 24-70 and the 70-210. The 24-70 is a modern lens, so take that into consideration when you watch it. But yeah, this is just a quick video. I just wanted to talk about it and just kind of test out this Canon FD lens. Ask people what do they think and how it looks. And if you think it looks cool and I should keep it going, maybe get a couple more, let me know. All right, I'm out. Peace.